Hello, sixth graders. Welcome to lesson 12.1, Recognize Statistical Questions. In this lesson, you will learn how to recognize statistical questions to get us started on our chapter for measuring data. If you measure the heights of your classmates, you are collecting data. A set of data is a set of information collected about people or things. You might have done that for your science fair projects. A question that asks about a set of data that can vary is called a statistical question. So below we are given two questions, one is statistical and one is not. The question, what are the heights of my classmates on July 1st, is a statistical question because when you are taking data for a group of people, the height can vary within that set of data. The next question, what is Sasha's height on July 1st, is not a statistical data because it's asking for just one piece of information and not a set of data that's being collected from this group of people. It's only asking about her height, which will not vary on July 1st. It'll be that all day. So next we are going to look at two different questions and determine which one is statistical and which one is not. The New England Aquarium in Boston is home to over 80 penguins. Which of the following is a statistical question a biologist could ask about the penguins? Explain your reasoning. Question A. How much does the penguin named Pip weigh this morning? Question B. How much does the penguin named Pip weigh each morning on 30 different days? Question A asks for Pip's weight at only one time. They only want to know about his weight in the morning, so it does not ask about a set of data that varies. Since it doesn't ask about a set of data that varies, it is not a statistical question. Question B asks for Pip's weight each morning for 30 different days, so each time you're collecting his weight 30 times, and it is likely that Pip's weight will vary during those 30 days. So question B asks about a set of data that can vary, so it is a statistical question. Let's continue. Statistical questions can also ask a question about an entire set of data that describes that set of data. For example, what is the height of the tallest person in my class? It is a statistical question because it will tell you the greatest value in a set of data that can vary. So once data has been collected of an entire group that's not the same values, you can ask questions of that data. So here we have the bongos are a kind of antelope that live in Central Africa. Bongos are unusual because both male and females have horns. Write two statistical questions a biologist could ask about the group of bongos. So, number one, what is the blank in inches of the horns on the bongo that has the blank horns in the group? So just like we did up above, we can ask questions about a set of data. So we're not given the data, so we can just use values or terms that we know when asking questions about data. So we are looking at the inches of horns, and we know that is measuring length. So what is the length in inches of the horns on the bongo? That is the blank horns in the group. So that is up to us if we want to ask what is the length of the smallest or the longest horns in the group. We can go with longest, but shortest would also work as well because we're asking a question about a set of data of all the bongos' horn lengths. Different bongos will have different horn lengths, we know that. This question asks about a value in a set of data that can vary because these horns can be different sizes. So it is a statistical question. Number two, what is the weight of the blank bongo in the group? So just like number one, we're given that weight, and we're asking a question about sizing, basically, for these bongos. So we can ask, what is the weight of the smallest bongo? What is the weight of the largest bongo in the group? That does not affect if it's statistical or not. So let's just go with smallest. Biggest would work as well. Different bongos have different weights. This question asks about a value in a set of data that can vary. Weight can vary with these animals. So it is a statistical question. Here are your 2 practice problems. For numbers 1 and 2, you're going to identify which one is the statistical question. Is it A? Is it B? And explain your reasoning. For number 1, you can just fill in the blanks, and for number 2, select which one is statistical and explain why on the lines provided. All right, enjoy the rest of your day.